Most people think success is about willpower, strategy, or working harder, but what if the real ceiling on your success is your nervous system? Think about the last time you had a great plan and then froze, procrastinated, or spiraled into overwhelm. That wasn't a character flaw. That was your biology doing its best to keep you safe. In this video, we're unpacking nervous system regulation as the missing success skill. Why your ability to stay calm, grounded, and present under pressure might matter more than any productivity hack you've tried. We'll explore how chronic stress secretly hijacks your focus, your decision-making, even your relationships, and how to train your body to feel safe enough to let you actually use your potential. If you've ever thought, I know what to do, but I just don't do it, stay with me. By the end, you'll see your patterns through a completely different lens and know exactly what to start practicing today. In the next 15 minutes, I want to reframe how you think about stress, motivation, and success. This isn't about becoming zen or never feeling anxious again. It's about learning how your nervous system actually works, so you can stop fighting yourself and start working with your biology instead of against it. We'll break down the science in plain language, then move into practical tools. How to recognize when you're dysregulated, how to reset in under a minute, and how to slowly expand your capacity so bigger goals don't automatically trigger shutdown or panic. If you care about long-term success without burnout, you're in the right place. And if you're new here and want more deep dive practical videos like this, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss future episodes. Make sure you watch until the end because I'll give you a simple step-by-step daily regulation blueprint you can screenshot and start using immediately. To understand nervous system regulation, we need a simple map. Your nervous system has two main modes, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic is your gas pedal, fight or flight. It's great for short bursts of action, deadlines, workouts, danger. Parasympathetic is your brake, rest, digest, recover. You need both, but the key is flexibility. Can you shift gears when you need to? When you're regulated, your system can smoothly move between activation and relaxation. You feel present, clear, and capable, even under stress. When you're dysregulated, you get stuck. Too much sympathetic, anxiety, anger, racing thoughts. Too much shutdown, numbness, exhaustion, procrastination that feels like you're moving through mud. Here's the twist. Your nervous system isn't just reacting to real danger. It's reacting to perceived threat, criticism, uncertainty, even your own self-talk. Success often demands uncertainty and visibility, which your body may interpret as unsafe. That's why regulation isn't a nice-to-have, it's foundational to growth. You might be thinking, I'm just bad at discipline, or I'm lazy, but many so-called mindset problems are actually nervous system problems in disguise. Let's connect the dots. Chronic procrastination, often a freeze response. Your system shuts down because the task feels overwhelming or unsafe. Emotional outbursts or snapping at people you care about, that's fight or flight doing its job a little too aggressively. People-pleasing, over-explaining, struggling to say no, that's your system trying to keep you safe through fawning, staying likable to avoid perceived danger. Even perfectionism can be a survival strategy. If I do everything perfectly, I won't get criticized or rejected. When we label these patterns as moral failures, we add shame on top of stress, which further dysregulates the system. Instead, what if you saw these reactions as outdated safety strategies your body learned long ago? They made sense once. Now, the work is updating your nervous system to today's reality. A powerful framework for understanding this is polyvagal theory, developed by Dr. Stephen Porges, but let's keep it simple. Imagine a ladder. At the top rung is ventral vagal, your regulated state. You feel safe enough, connected, socially open. You can think clearly, be creative, and engage with challenges. One step down is sympathetic activation, fight or flight. Your heart rate increases, muscles tense, thoughts speed up. Useful for short-term action, but uncomfortable if you're stuck there. Further down is dorsal vagal shutdown, freeze. Everything slows. You feel numb, detached, hopeless, or exhausted. Getting things done from here feels almost impossible. We all move up and down this ladder all day. Regulation doesn't mean staying at the top forever. It means noticing where you are and having tools to climb back up. Success becomes much more sustainable when you know, oh, I'm in fight, or I'm dropping toward freeze, and you can respond instead of just reacting. So how do you know if your nervous system is dysregulated? Let's go beyond obvious anxiety. Common signs include constantly feeling on edge, even when nothing is wrong, difficulty relaxing without numbing out with screens, food, or substances, swinging between hyperproductive bursts and total crashes, feeling irrationally unsafe in normal situations, like sending an email, posting online, or having a tough conversation. Physically, you might have chronic tension in your jaw, shoulders, or gut issues that flare with stress. Sleep might be light and restless, or you wake up tired no matter how long you were in bed. Emotionally, small setbacks feel catastrophic, and feedback feels like a personal attack. None of this means you're broken. It means your system has been running in survival mode for a long time. The good news? Your nervous system is plastic. With consistent, gentle input, it can learn new patterns of safety and regulation at any age. Here's the key mindset shift. Regulation is a body skill, not a purely mental one. You can't think your way out of a dysregulated state. You have to include the body. When your nervous system registers threat, your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for planning and rational thinking, goes partially offline. That's why affirmations and logic often bounce off when you're highly triggered. Your body needs to feel safe before your brain can fully come back online. This is why practices like breathwork, movement, and grounding are so effective. They send signals up to the brain saying, "We're okay." From there, mindset tools become powerful again. So instead of asking, "What's wrong with me?" ask, "What's happening in my body right now?" And then, "What would help my body feel just a bit safer in this moment?" That tiny shift, from self-blame to curiosity, creates the space where actual change can happen. Let's talk about your baseline. Many high achievers are so used to living in chronic stress that it feels normal. If you grew up around chaos, criticism, or instability, your nervous system may have calibrated to slightly stressed as your default state. Calm can actually feel suspicious or boring at first. Success then becomes a trap. You chase bigger goals, which create bigger stress loads, layered on top of an already activated system. Eventually, you hit a wall. Burnout, health issues, or self-sabotage that mysteriously derails your progress. Regulation work is about raising your baseline safety. The calmer your default, the more stress you can handle without tipping into fight, flight, or freeze. That means you can launch projects, have hard conversations, make bold moves, and your system doesn't interpret all of it as a 5-alarm fire. Think of it as building a bigger container so your life can expand without constantly overflowing. Let's get practical. One of the fastest ways to influence your nervous system is through your breath. But not all breathing is equal. When you're stressed, your breath becomes shallow and fast, often high in the chest. To send a "we're safe" signal, we want slower, deeper, and often a slightly longer exhale than inhale. Try this simple pattern known as physiological sighing. Inhale gently through the nose, then take a second quick sip of air at the top, like topping off your lungs. Then exhale slowly through the mouth, like you're fogging a mirror, for about twice as long as the inhale. Do that 3 to 5 times. This helps offload carbon dioxide and tells your nervous system it can downshift. You can also use box breathing. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4, as a quick regulation tool before big tasks, conversations, or public speaking. The key is consistency. Small, Frequent resets beat rare heroic sessions. Movement is another powerful regulator. Stress prepares your body to act. Muscles tense. Energy mobilizes. When you stay still at a desk while your system is in fight or flight, all that energy gets trapped. You don't need a full workout. Short, intentional movement breaks can make a huge difference. Shaking out your arms and legs, doing 20 seconds of jumping jacks, pacing while swinging your arms, or even pressing your hands firmly against a wall and pushing for 10-15 seconds. For freeze or shutdown states, very gentle movement works best. Slow stretching, walking in nature, or simply standing up and rolling your shoulders. The goal isn't burn calories, it's giving your survival energy somewhere to go. If you can, pair movement with awareness. Notice your feet on the ground, the feeling of your muscles working, the shift in your breathing. That combination of movement plus presence is like a reset button for your system. Grounding uses your senses to bring you back into the present moment, especially when your mind is racing. One simple tool is the 5-4-3-2-1 method. You pause and name 5 things you can see, 4 you can feel, 3 you can hear, 2 you can smell, and 1 you can taste. Do this slowly, really letting each sensation land. It pulls your attention out of catastrophic future scenarios and back into your actual current safety. You can also use focused touch. Hold something with texture, a stone, fabric, even your own hands. Notice temperature, weight, and sensation. Or plant your feet on the floor and imagine roots growing down into the ground beneath you. These may sound simple, but they're powerful because they anchor your brain in concrete data. Right now, in this room, I am okay. Over time, this teaches your system that not every intense thought equals real danger. Regulation isn't just what you do in a crisis. It's how you live day to day. Think of your habits as constant messages to your nervous system about whether the world is safe or dangerous. Basic things matter more than people like to admit. Predictable sleep, regular meals with enough protein and healthy fats, hydration, daylight exposure in the morning, and some kind of movement most days. These aren't just health tips. They're the foundation your nervous system relies on to relax. Equally important is your input diet. Non-stop news, conflict-heavy content, or chaotic social media can keep your system subtly activated. So can relationships that are unpredictable or constantly critical. You don't have to perfect everything. Instead, ask, what's one small, sustainable habit I can build that would make my body feel 5% safer this week? That might be a 10-minute walk, a consistent bedtime, or reducing doom scrolling before sleep. Now, how does all this translate into concrete success? Let's connect the dots. When your nervous system is more regulated, you access higher brain functions more easily. Planning, creativity, strategic thinking. You can tolerate discomfort, like learning new skills, facing rejection, or shipping imperfect work, without your system slamming on the brakes. Regulation also transforms relationships. You're less likely to react from reactivity, snapping, withdrawing, or people-pleasing, and more able to respond with clarity. That's huge for leadership, business, and intimacy. Most importantly, a regulated system lets you hold more good things. Many people unconsciously sabotage when life starts going well because success feels unfamiliar and therefore unsafe. With a stronger baseline of safety, your body can relax into expansion instead of fighting it. So don't think of this as stress relief. Think of it as upgrading the operating system that runs every part of your life and work. Let's quickly recap the big ideas so you can lock them in. First, nervous system regulation is the hidden foundation of success. It determines how much stress, visibility, and uncertainty you can handle without burning out or shutting down. Second, many mindset problems are actually your body's safety strategies. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. You're not broken. Your system is trying to protect you with outdated settings. Third, regulation is about flexibility, not perfection. You'll move up and down the ladder between safety, activation, and shutdown. The skill is noticing where you are and having tools to climb back up. Fourth, simple practices like targeted breathing, short movement breaks, sensory grounding, and nervous system-friendly habits compound over time. Small, frequent inputs reshape your baseline. Finally, a more regulated system unlocks clearer thinking, better decisions, healthier relationships, and the capacity to actually hold the success you're working for. In the next segment, I'll help you turn this into a simple daily plan. Now let's turn this into action. Here's a simple daily nervous system regulation blueprint you can start today. Morning. Give your body a safety signal early. Get daylight in your eyes within an hour of waking, take 5 slow breaths with extended exhales, and do 2 to 5 minutes of gentle movement. During the day, set 2 or 3 micro-reset alarms. When they go off, pause for 60 seconds, do a physiological sigh, stand up and shake out your body, or use the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding tool. Evening, create a wind-down ritual. Reduce intense input, dim lights, and do a short body scan. Notice where you're tense and soften just 10%. If this was helpful and you want more practical, science-backed tools for sustainable success, tap subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this with someone who's burning out chasing their goals. Comment blueprint if you want a printable version of this routine, and tell me which tool you're starting with today.